on to the special feature presentation. We have tonight with us Ameliaismore. She is the published author of SheEO versus CEO. She will be presenting a dramatic monologue and poem based on her novel, which is an executive handbook specifically targeting women or female executives in the workforce. And the focus is diversity training.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. It was a wonderful commute from New York City to Philly, and I want to thank you for the invitation tonight. This is an improvisation. And the reason why I did that is because in the workforce, many times, as a woman entrepreneur or woman employee, you have to think on your feet. So I felt like I wanted to give that same energy to this creative piece. Girl. Yes. Can you believe it? I mean, I have a master's in business administration. I'm sitting in this meeting, and all he's doing is looking at my legs, as if I did not have a face. I know. And then, remember I told you about the other manager? Now, I'm the product manager, but the other manager was in the office? Yeah. So I had stipulated that, we had to move forward with this one in particular thing. And as I was getting ready to do it, and I gave the idea, there was nothing in the room. Next thing I know, he mentions the same thing that I mentioned. And everybody in the room was like, yeah, that's a good idea, David, that's a good idea. Girl, you know I had to lose it. So, as I started to say, well, excuse me, David, I thank you for reiterating what I had just said. They turned around, and you know that guy, Mike? Yeah, he's the egghead. Yeah, the one that thinks that I can't do anything even though I have a higher degree in business than him. Yeah, that one. He turns around and he says, well, Jezebel, if you didn't look so pretty. And I just looked at him and I said, what did you call me? So I decided to pick up that book, SheEO versus CEO. And girl, let me tell you what that book had. It had a poem about Jezebel. And as I was sitting right there in the minute, I said, oh, use that. So what I did is I said, yes. I got up out of my chair and I said, let me tell you about Miss Jezebel. I opened up the book and I made sure that they could see it, I was like, and girl, I'm doing it right now because I'm in the mood right now. I said, Jezebel, let me tell you about Jezebel. How dare you? I said, you might think I'm Jezebel, but I'm far from that. I am who I am, all through the grace of God, and that's a fact. I might not be the Jezebel that you think you know. I'm nothing of what you've learned about that. I'm the Jezebel who lifts you up, never holding you back. The new Jezebel, who is she? A spiritual warrior, darling, who accepts the creed of God's given truths, who never makes anyone weak. Yes, teaching God's love, darling, let me tell you, that's all she seeks. You should have seen their faces. It was crackling. Everybody was sitting there like, but I wasn't done yet. I said, yes, this new Jezebel, she's all about that. Not loving mankind as a child of God. Her loyalty prohibits her from doing any of that. She's the new definition of female empowerment. And you know I had to look right at him when I said that. The new Jezebel, honey, she ain't from hell. Instead, she's heaven sent. And then I had to strike a pose, you know how we do. And I said, called to deliver God's message. Do you know her? And again, then I looked at David, the one that took my idea from the beginning, think that he's a manager and not me. Do you know her? Here's a hint. She's a power and a force, all of which is God endorsed. She runs the course and, yes, passes the tests to show you God is first above all the rest. Jezebel. Well, girl, let me tell you, their face was crackled. And then I said, so, gentlemen, what did you think about the idea? And we went right back to the meeting. Yes, girl! CEO time. That's me.
All right.
The book itself is really about helping women understand what it takes to get to the C-level suites. Many times we take it personal. It's emotional. That's what they like to say. But I like to tell sisters that it's not about that. It's about your passion, your determination, and do not be fearful in articulating that in any way possible. Take command, take charge, but do it as a lady. Thank you.
Yes. Woo! Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Amazing.